Uchikomi. This is just like the next 5 here are striking, but it's just like number 2 of the Ken Suguri. So Shomen Uchikomi. Uchikomi. This is just like the next 5 here are striking, but it's just like number 2 of the Ken Suguri. So Shomen Uchikomi. The cool thing about the Jo is you can hold it like this, swing it. All these things you can hold it like that. You can treat it like a pen. Okay, you can spin it. There's just a lot of things you can do. Right hand forward, left hand forward, it doesn't matter. There's a little more, it's a little more versatile than the Ken. Okay, so it's kind of fun. And maybe in this day and age, it's a little more practical. You can walking stick, and shoveling or sweeping, playing pool at a bar. So there's a lot of these. You can find a stick anywhere. But Aikido came from the sword. So whenever the founder would teach about Aikido, he would tell Saito Sensei, Ken motikoi. Means, Okken motikoi. Bring a sword, bring a Ken. I'm going to teach what Aikido is. So that's why I generally start with Ken as well. That's where the Hami came, all these motions, okay? And there's a little bit of a history of the Ken, some of the Kenjutsu and the Kashimashin Toryu and some things. One of our first tachis, Kumitachi, I mean, you see it in the Kashimashin Toryu. But the Jo, even Saito Sensei would say that, they're kind of not so sure about the origin of the founder's Jo is a little bit obscure. Where did it come from? It's amazing. So it's a lot of fun. But it's like we talked about with the Ken. To play baseball, you gotta learn how to play catch ball. Likely with the Jo, if you want to do any pair practice, the Supri is so important. And there are only 20 of them. And you do them on your own. Okay? You can never do too much Supri, but you have to do it correctly. 10 correct ones is better than 100 incorrect ones. By far. Right? And doing it a little bit each day or a few days a week or whatever is better than not doing it at all. So, for about a year of my training, I did only Supri. I had to come back here and finish school. I did no Supri for 1 year. It really helped my hips and everything for Aikido. Okay, Uchikomi. Shomen Uchikomi. Uchikomi means the strike. Shomen means frontal strike or direct strike. The next one is Renzoku Uchikomi, continuous strike. So you start number 2, it's like number 5 here. You strike, and you come around again. Make sure your hands and your feet move together. Okay? Right, those all. Renzoku Uchikomi. Sorry, Renzoku Uchikomi. Again, Shomen is good. Shomen. Renzoku Uchikomi. Komi. We've got a dialect. Agito ben. Ne. Agito ben do ben. Agito ben do ben. I got a mixture of an Akita dialect and Ibaraki dialect. In Ibaraki they say dappe, and in秋田they say dame. Strike. Uchi means strike. Men uchi. Meaning the hand. Men uchi. Okay, again, there's no reason why you couldn't do shomen or rokumen. Striking the hand. And then gedan. Tight. Gedan. Pull it down. Okay. Guys, to turn it over, the gedan is this position, gedan, okay? Just thinking of the Japanese energy, gedan guys. Purpose of training, step back, like number 2, striking the head, then it's okay to come straight back. And then you come in again, straight in. And you end up in Hambi. Okay? It changes a little bit. You have to be aware of that. To train the gedan guys. Here. Straight. If I know someone's coming at me, I might even go diagonal this way because I want to get his leg here. But if they're coming really hard and we make a connection here, I'll sit right here. Just like 15, 16, and the 31 kata and things like that. Okay? There are definitely some distinctions between Subari and paired practices. There's a reason why practice the stuff the way you're doing it, okay? But you just have to be aware of when it's paired practice time, things change just a little bit, okay? But first and foremost, you need to have good Subari. And if you have good Subari, you can do any kind of paired practice, you can make it up. And as you do it, you'll realize that, whoa, I can't get back, it's too quick. So just stay there. You know, if you have good Subari. If you don't have good Subari, you can struggle with it. Paired practices. If you have good Subari, you can do anything. And the neat thing about Subari, like I said before, is you can do it on your own. You can do it on your own. It's almost kind of meditative to be outside and do it. So, try to get a lot of Subari. And as you get more proficient, don't forget to do Subari. Okay? It's easy to forget to do it. We've all been guilty of that. So don't do that. Do Subari. Do it slow, do it fast, do it hard, do it soft, do it breathing, do it. There's lots you can do with Subari. Okay? So, Menuchi Ushirotsuki. And we're striking. Menuchi, then from here, thrust behind you. Ushirotsuki. Okay? Those are all Menuchi. Ushirotsuki. Try to be aware of everything. Not like this. Not like this. About right here, you can see out here. Peripheral. You're aware. Okay. Energy. Shirotsuki. Gyaku yokomen. Okay, this is yokomen. Yokuruchi. Gyaku means opposite. Opposite yokomen. Okay, then ushirosu. Right? So your footwork is coming around like this super eight. Gyaku yokomen. So it's a yokomen. Ushirosu. Gyaku yokomen. Ah. The more natural it feels, probably the better you're doing. Okay, better doing it. They have the 3 thrusts. We're going back here. Those were the first 10 that we just did. But you've got this thrust, where your head seems to come right here. But you can still see this way a little bit. Okay? You got the main uchi. That one seems to be about here too. But this Gyaku yokomen seems your head gets a little more because you're really pumping back here. Your head kind of seems to fall. So you don't feel so much this way. I mean, ideally you might want to be aware of everything. So, but I've even studied Sensei's head. Sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's this way. So I think in the end you need to just kind of figure out what that is. For me, this feels very comfortable because I can see behind me, I can see ahead of me, I can see these people right here, I can see these people right here. Okay? And then for the main uchi, feels very similar. Okay? This one here, for some reason, I can see here, but I tend to be back here a little more on this one. Okay? Also, this positioning is a little bit different. It is here. My hand is here. So my arm might come back further, so my head can do it. But that's something you just gotta practice over.
元気があれば何でもできる。元気があれば発信もできます。実況アナウンサー柿野貴彦です。よろしくお願いいたします。バカさー